Welcome back to Check Your Mic, where we talk about anime, Magic the Gathering, cars, video games, whatever. But today, specifically, we're going to be talking to Amanda, aka Kingkasuma 2.0. Amanda, can you give us a little bit of a introduction to yourself?
My name is Amanda. I am a 20-year-old YouTuber. I started YouTube when I was a senior in high school, and I had the chance to really be able to expand my channel after I met Mark and Ethan, which I'm really thankful for, and it opened me up to a lot of new things that I really noticed that I had a lot more how do you say it? I had a lot more knowledge about stuff like that when I asked them some advice about how to make better YouTube videos and stuff. And now I'm on this podcast, which is actually the first podcast I have ever been on. So thank you very much for having me.
Of course, of course. Thank you for agreeing to the experience, I guess, if you'd like to call it that. Um, And I'm glad that you brought up the time that Ethan and Mark came to visit you because that is something that I'd like to talk to you about today. I know in one of your videos you kind of talked about it. You were still in the emotional state where you were kind of freaking out, being like, this is what happened! Oh my gosh, this is crazy! So now that it's been a minute and you've kind of calmed down, I want to get a little more into the details about what happened, I guess, if that makes any sense. A
Yeah.
little bit more of a in-depth experience of what happened. Um, so for that first question that I have for you, um, what actually before we get started, I have to ask you one question.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very important question. This is a make or break thing, okay?
I'm ready.
Okay. So, is your toilet paper roll when it's hanging on the wall facing in or out?
That is something. Okay. Mine is facing towards the wall because.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you coming. I'm just kidding. I want to hear. I'm ready. I'm. Who knows? I might be converted. Let's hear the explanation.
I personally don't like it. I really, really don't. But my cat absolutely loves to play with toilet paper. So
Oh,
it's going to end up on the floor.
that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Cats can be quite annoying, but they're fun. But they're fun,
Indeed.
and they're
Yeah, they're
cute.
very soft. Very, very soft.
Yeah, I mean that's why I think people like them so much. They're cute and soft and cuddly, right?
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay, now that we got that out of the way,
Hmm.
okay, what was the process in which you ended up meeting Ethan, Nestor, and Mark Fischbach from the YouTube channel Unus Annus? I know that like I try not to not talk about it because that doesn't do anything because it's gone. But like the the channel that doesn't exist, I guess. So how was that process? How did you come from like hearing about Unus Annus and then going from that to actually having them show up to your house? Like how did that happen?
Well, I first heard about Unus Honest through Mark's channel when he was talking about how he was creating a channel with Ethan, which I thought was going to be really interesting. Mostly because I've seen they like work together when they were like doing like Markiplier makes, like all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
They had all that fun, so I was like, this is going to be interesting, especially since they were going to be making a video every single day.
Mhm.
And so I started watching it and I really enjoyed it. I watched every single episode. And when they had their like I want to say like prize giveaway for the 1 million subscriber golden play button, when they were talking about all of that, I really didn't think I was going to win, to be honest, cuz I had 14 like 13 14 subscribers at that point. I
Mhm.
just wanted to get out there to the people that I could
Right.
that hey, this channel is here. Like, can we get it to like this many subscribers? It's really, really good.
Right.
yeah, I really thought that it was just like more of like a, oh, cool, this is gonna be a cool way to get it out there. And funny enough, the only reason I even found out that I won was because I went to CRC, which is Consumnes River College, near where I live, and I like my phone was going off so much when I was in class. I had to turn it like completely off, like it kept vibrating so much. And I was like, "What the heck is going on?" And so I completely forgot about it, that my phone was even off. And my friend Sierra and I, we were walking through Target, and
Mm-hmm.
like, oh yeah, shoot, I forgot my phone was off. And like, she was looking through YouTube and stuff because she wanted me to show me the Sam and Colby video. And then she accidentally clicked on Unus on this because she watches it too. And she watched the video a little bit. And as we were watching the video, we were kind of just walking through, and I finally got my phone up, and I saw like YouTube notifications, and I
Uh-huh.
was like, "Wait, what?" I showed her. I was like, "Dude, what the heck is this?" And she goes, "Well, read them." And I looked through, and it was all like, "Congratulations on winning! Oh my god, I can't believe you won! This is super." I was like, "Wait, what did I win?" Like I forgot like a thing. I did. I forgot. And then like right as I forgot, like right as I like kind of remembered, at the end of Mark's video, the cupping video where they were like messing around at the end,
Mm-hmm.
it came up as like the winner. And when I saw that it was my channel that I won, this is embarrassing. I kind of screamed
Uh-huh.
in the middle of Target, and one of the associates was walking by and looked down the aisle, and I just went, "I'm sorry." Like I was like out. I was like, "There's no way. No, this is a joke. I'm being pranked. This is a joke." But it was real, and I was like, "Oh my god, huh?" So we were freaking out together. We were like, "Oh my god, this is super awesome." So once I got home that day, and I made the video like telling them what my Instagram was thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I was shaking the whole time I was filming that video. I was just shaking. And then they messaged me over Instagram a couple days later, and we were talking a little bit, and they were like, "Hey, are you okay with like?" We just went through some details about like the video and everything and how they would do it. They were very polite and very courteous about asking like, "Hey, is it okay if we're allowed to film there? If not, it's fine. We can do it privately. Did
Mm-hmm.
you want to public, or did you want to meet at your house?" Stuff like that. They were really cool about that. And like I was fine with them filming at the house. My mom was fine with them filming at the house. Like it's no big deal. And when like the couple days before I knew they were going to be there, I was just like, I need to clean everything. Everything needs to be like the cleanest it's ever been. And my mom got really confused. She was like, "Why are you cleaning?" And I was like,
What are you doing?
"Right?" I was like reorganizing all the little figurines because it was at that point, or it was getting to be Christmas. And then,
Yeah, you mentioned the Christmas tree in your video too, so
yeah,
yeah.
that was funny. That was before we had the cat, so we were actually allowed to have the Christmas tree without him knocking it over.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Cats
But
always
one,
our cats always climbed our trees.
right?
Yeah.
Or plant little like dangly
Yeah.
things.
Ornaments. And then they knock them over, not the tree. Our trees were very like stable, but they
Hmm.
would like knock the ornaments down and then break them sometimes, and then we'd yell at them, and then they just run off, and then what are you doing? But yeah,
Oh gosh, that's the worst feeling, hearing the ball just fall on the floor. You're like,
and
no,
yeah,
dang,
yep.
shoot. But when they finally got there, like I saw their car pull up, and I was like, oh my god. I was checking my hair, I was checking my breath. I was like, am I like, I was smelling myself. I was like, and like they got to my door. They were super nice. They gave me a hug. They said hi. They asked me a little bit about myself. They were like, "Hey, like, like, what do you like to do? What are some of your hobbies? Like, stuff like that. Like, tell us a little bit about you before the cameras even started. Like, they were
Wow.
sweet. And they did let me know that they were a little bit busy because they did have to meet Bob, I think in San Francisco that same day.
Oh,
So I was
wow.
like, oh, that's cool. That's fine. And they were so nice. They said hi to my mom. They were like, hey, how are you doing? Thank you for like letting us into your house.
That's so
And,
nice.
right? It was super sweet. And as we were going along, they noticed that they only brought 2 mics. And Mark went, Ethan. And he goes, what?
Oh, no.
No. I'll just use it as a microphone. It's fine.
Right, yeah.
And he looked over and he goes, is this what you thought being a professional YouTuber was? They're like, they put all their stuff on the dining room table and they were like scrambling to get everything together. And I mean, but at the beginning, I was so nervous. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone knew I was nervous because I was just sitting there. I was kind of just like
Awestruck almost.
I was like, oh my gosh.
How is this? Is this real? Like, somebody pinch me.
When there was a moment in the actual video where they cut it, but I was taking so long to open the thing. Mark looked at me and he goes, do you know how to open a box? And I was like, I kept fumbling with the thing. It wasn't even a hard box to open.
You'd have been like, I'm nervous, man. Give me a break.
My heart is beating 100 miles a minute. Give me a second. Well, then, like, I'm dyslexic. Okay, I'm dyslexic. And you know the note comes with, like, the million subscriber play button, like, hey, congratulations, this channel. He had me read it out loud.
Oh.
I was nervous, and then I was just like, I was reading it, and he goes, it's okay. It's okay. I was like, and I was having, and I felt, okay. I felt so bad when Ethan was like, you're getting one of these before I am.
Oh, yeah. That would have been hard. Especially when you're a really big fan of him. You're just like, no, don't say that. No.
I was like, wait, he didn't get one. I thought he said it as a joke for a second, and then I was like, shoot. Okay.
Yeah, I remember him talking about it in the videos. He's like, man, like Unus Annus is getting one before I am. Like before they even got it. Like he's like, wow, it's gonna hit it before. And this is like what? How many weeks was it in before they got that? It was really fast, wasn't it? I felt like it was.
Yeah, they got it in like early November. They got it early November, I think.
Gotcha.
Because it took them to actually get it.
Oh right, yeah.
So that was crazy how fast they got it though.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm glad that they were able to come out to you as soon as they did.
Me too. They were very relieved that I was also in California.
Yeah.
Ooh, told me, they were like, oh my gosh, when we said we were gonna go anywhere, we were like kind of worried a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, they were super cool.
That's awesome.
There's a part in the episode where it looks like I don't shake Ethan's hand. I did. I wet off of my palm because I was so nervous. I was literally wiping off my palm. And I even said, I'm sorry, my hands are sweaty. And I shook his hand. I said, I shook his hand. I shook Ethan's hand. Then when they signed it, they like let me pick out what color I wanted for like the pens. And then like Ethan was like, oh, we should have gotten white and black for Unus Annus. And Mark was like, oh, we didn't think about that.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. But it was really funny because Mark kept trying to get my face like in the reflection of the play button.
Oh yeah.
And, like, laughing, I was so nervous. He was like, "No, don't move, don't move." And it was Ethan kept putting his head in the way. And Mark was going, Ethan, move your head. Ethan, you're in the way. Move your head. And I commented Ethan's signature because it's
Oh
a
yeah.
nice. He's got a good signature. And Mark goes, "No, you want a signature? I'll show you a signature." And he did it. It looks. I'm actually looking at it right now. Like it's right here on my wall next to my bed.
Oh shoot, that's what that is. Oh dang.
I'll bring it down for you. Bring it down for you.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Unus Annus.
Right? And I look it. That's a good signature.
Yeah.
And then Mark was like, "Nah, I'll show you." And then he put a little tiny box stamp.
But that's just Mark's. That's Mark's personality. He's like, oh, I'll show you what's good. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark, he's so funny.
He is. He's
I think
really...
I'm glad that they made a channel together. They were a really good pair, I think, for something like that. So
Oh, yeah.
they like bounced off of each other really well, which made the videos really interesting and fun to watch. Mm-hmm. So
when they like collaborated with like different people and stuff, and like
oh yeah,
they were able to like kind of bounce back and forth between like all of the people at the same time. Like they're just very friendly people, like both on camera and off camera.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
How many times did Mark hurt himself throughout those videos? Like, it was several times, I swear.
Yeah, there's the finger.
There was the, I think it was the, not the more recent one. Did he hurt it? But that was after Unus Annus, I think, when he hurt his foot, right?
Yeah, but he put after Unus Annus.
And when he hit
didn't he
his
hit,
nose.
Didn't he
His nose on the like the it's not gym. I don't know if it's gymnastics, but the circle, the ring. Yeah, man, jeez. And he says he's not a masochist. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I'm just trying to test the extent of which my body can go.
Sure, Mark. Sure. And he doesn't help himself either in videos where he's just like, how far can I go? I'm not a masochist. And I'm just like, sure.
Like the birthing simulator one, and he was like, nah, keep going.
Yep.
But like, I can do it.
He's so funny. Man. Okay, so they were trying to get your picture in the play button, and Ethan was in the way. So, like, I guess, what happened, like, so they gave you the play button, they kind of had you read it, and you were struggling with that, but he was telling you to calm down, right? So, what happened after that?
After that, we took the thumbnail. They had my mom hold the camera. It was a big camera. My mom is a very tiny. She's 4'8", very small.
Oh wow.
So she's holding this big old camera that's about the size of her. And they get the thumbnail. They turn off all the cameras. They're packing up their stuff. They asked if I wanted any like pictures, which I obviously did. So I got with them, and then I asked if they would mind signing just like pieces of paper for my friend Sierra, the one who I was in Target with before.
Oh yeah.
She's a very big fan of both of them.
Gotcha.
So for her, which she was super excited about. But they like talked to me a little bit more until their like Uber got there, and then they gave me another bye, and then they were off.
Wow. And so, in the aftermath, did you just like sit there and like, did that just happen, or like what was your like aftermath of after they left? Like, how did you feel? I guess.
I felt like it didn't actually happen, and that I was just hallucinating the whole thing. To be honest, there's no way that just happened. I'm asleep. I was there. It didn't happen.
Right.
And my around like after I shut the door, and I turn around and my mom's sitting on the couch. She goes, "They're nice." Yeah.
Well, they were nice.
And one thing I gotta tell you, everyone makes fun of Mark for being short and stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He's not that. He's pretty tall.
Uh-huh.
He's pretty tall. I mean, I'm short, but he's taller than me.
Right.
So
Right.
it was basically. It took me like a couple of days to finally click in my head that actually happened.
Uh-huh.
Like I said in my video, I didn't believe it actually happened.
Right, right.
But it was just awestruck, man.
That's so cool. Isn't it crazy how, like, just, like, even one person can cause another person to, like, freak out that much with emotion that they're just, like, they're almost like, I know this is going a little far, but they're almost like a king or a god to you. They're just like, you're just like, I didn't actually, like, think that we could exist in the same, like, room together.
Honestly,
Like,
like you're allowing me to breathe your air right now. This is so cool.
yeah. And I think, like, I know if Mark or Ethan showed up at my door, I would have the same, like, feelings and experiences, but I think it's, like, not silly per se, but, like, it's crazy that, like, our human existence of ourselves will just be like, I don't know what to do with myself because this other human being is here, you know? It's crazy that, like, we. And I'm glad to hear that they were, like, you said in your video, like, they're the same way they are in their videos, except for yelling as much. Like, they're as kind as they are, like, in the videos, and cool as they are in their videos in real life. So, I'm glad to hear that they are that way. So I'm glad that they are, because some people are very different on camera than they are in real life, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that you had that experience, um, and had that genuine experience with them. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, and your channel blew up, right? You went
Yeah.
from, what did you say, 13, 14 subscribers? And what are you at now?
At the moment, I am at 21 subscribers.
21,000.
Yeah.
Wow. Almost 22, or are you almost, like,
Almost 22. I think so. Last time I checked, almost 22.
dang.
Mm-hmm.
I did notice that it was your birthday, right? Recently. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, my birthday was yesterday.
And so how old are you now?
I'm 20.
That is crazy. You're
Yeah.
finally out of your teens. You don't have to call yourself, well, I know, like, by the time you're 18, you stop calling yourself a teenager. At least most people do. But now you're, like, definitely not a teenager anymore.
I am a full-grown adult.
Yeah. Can't drink yet. Legally. But you're an adult.
I can drive.
I can drive. Nice. That is cool. Yeah, I feel honored being able to interview and talk to you. Like, this is awesome. So I appreciate that. Me being only at, like, 60 something subscribers, like, that's a big deal too, you know? Like,
Yeah.
even like even though I only gain like at like 2-3 subscribers, like, it seems now that I've started my recording and stuff again, I get like 2 or 3 a month. But, like, I'm sure, like, hopefully at some point the algorithm might pick up on me once I actually, like, start making, like, decent content. I feel like I'm getting there anyway.
I think
That they
that's
might be
good.
like, hey, here's a video of this random person that you've never seen, and it's me this time. And then the people will actually like it, because sometimes it's hard to kind of, you never know which video the algorithm is going to show to people, and then it might not be your best video, and then you don't get anywhere, right? So that's why you just got to keep making content and, not get discouraged. Um, so yeah, so you're at almost 22,000 subscribers.
Mhm.
And your channel name is Kingkasuma 2.0, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyone who's watching this video, if you're not subscribed to her, subscribe to her. Do it for me, do it for her, do it for Mark and Ethan, okay? Help her out. and make me look good. um, let's move on to the next question. Is there any reason you feel like you were meant to meet them and have this huge bump of subscribers to your channel?
Um, you know, I'm the kind of person who always believes that everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You And one of my main reasons for starting my channel to begin with was because I kind of wanted to be like Mark and make a difference in the world by
Uh-huh.
like giving to charity, like with the money that I make from my videos. Like that's one of the only reasons I even want my channel to be monetized is because of the fact that the money I make off of monetization is going to be going to charity. I'm not going to keep any of it. I really don't want to.
Wow.
'Cause,
That's
like I
cool.
have my job, I can do stuff like that. I can pay for my stuff. But there are a lot of people out there who, even though they have their own jobs and everything, they still struggle either with medical stuff or
Mm-hmm.
just really hard to like find housing recently. So,
Yeah.
especially pandemic and everything, how everyone's still having a tough time trying to find a job again, get back on their feet. So that's something that I wanted to do when I was a senior because I just saw how big of a difference it made,
Right.
like especially like in like smaller communities too. So I just wanted to start it for that. And once my channel finally does get monetized, all of that is going to different charities. And I am going to be asking, like, my subscribers and everything what charity I should do, like, for each month and all this other stuff.
Speaking of the housing market, so I live in Idaho, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do you know who's been moving to Idaho recently?
I do not who.
Californians. So, like, it's terrible, but like, you can almost tell like what people are and which people aren't originally from Idaho. Um, and it's just like they're from California. They're ruining this state. No, I'm just kidding. And like I know they're not. I know it's just like it's cheaper to live here, and they're getting a lot of money from their houses, right? And it just logically for them it makes sense, right? So
Yeah.
I don't blame them for that. They're doing what's best for them. But it's driving the prices of rent here up like crazy, and me and my fiance are looking for houses, and it's so difficult to find a place that we can live for a good price, you know. But I know it's not just their fault; it's also the economy, the way it's going because of the pandemic and all that stuff. Like all bunch of things like kind of come together to make it what it is. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's stressful trying to find your own place here in Idaho right now. But I'm sure there'll something good will come out of it. I don't know if I want to stay where we are in the area I'm in. But we might have to move a city one way or the other depending on what's best for us. So, but um, what kind of content do you make for your channel?
Um, well, I kind of did like do gaming for my channel, but I don't have like a decent enough setup to like actually like put my screen up there along with my camera. So I've been working on getting my setup more developed.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so right now I'm just kind of doing little goofy like morning routine things or like jokes about morning routines. Like
Yeah,
there
I watched
uh,
those. The
and
when you when you put toothpaste on your face, I was like, is she actually doing that? Like, wait, that's
it
actual toothpaste.
oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, there was a part where I was like drinking my coffee and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I actually tried drinking it.
Oh, geez.
It was, yeah, I don't remember how long it had been in that pot. I did, it was so gross. But also, the toothpaste was such a weird consistency. I don't recommend putting toothpaste on your face.
Did you break out after that, or did it not? Did you not have a problem with it?
Nah, it didn't have a really big effect on me, but it was just such a, ugh,
It
getting
would
it
just
off.
felt weird.
Oh, gross. Yeah. At least my face was minty fresh, though.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. That's awesome.
Thank.
Um, Last night I was reviewing through your videos, to kind of get, because if I was going to interview, I wanted to go over what kind of stuff you made, but I wanted to hear from you the kind of stuff you made, and it is very funny. Like, you can tell, like, you can tell it's homemade, but it's still like funny enough to the point where it's like this person's doing funny stuff, so I'm gonna watch it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So, and like for me, like I most of my stuff that I have, like I got my lights, my backdrop, my mic, my camera, everything was like were gifted to me by my fiance for like with presents for like Christmas and my birthday to kind of help me get started. Because I was talking to her about like wanting to make content and things like that, but I didn't know what I wanted to do or how to start. And I was like, but there's no point in trying because I'll never like make anything cool or do anything cool like ABC Mark, uh, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, Ethan, or whatever. Um, and she's like, don't compare yourself to others first, like that,
Yeah.
because it doesn't help you, and it's not helping anyone else. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
and she's like, you can do this. Start small and grow, and don't do it. And I was like, I want to be not famous, like crazy famous, but I wanted people to be like, hey, you're that guy that's on that channel when I'm walking down the street sometimes. I think that'd be cool. Um,
Yeah.
I like to get recognized like that. I think a lot of that comes from back when I was growing up. I didn't get a lot of attention, and I didn't necessarily want it, but getting older, it's kind of all of that I attention I didn't get, I'm now wanting, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So I'm like, yeah, I was hungry for attention. So yeah, I was like, okay, my fiance says I can do it, then I'll try it. I'll see. At this time, she was just my girlfriend, right? Um,
Mhm.
anyway, so I started making gaming videos. They were pretty bad. Like, the quality was not good at all, and it was my first time behind a camera. Didn't really enjoy it a whole lot, and my computer, like, I need a better computer. I need to get a desktop with better specs and everything. Right now, I just have a gaming laptop that works, but, like, to run games, like, especially, like, bigger ones, it has really bad frame rate.
Mhm.
Like even if I'm seeing it well, like when it records, because there's so many layers to like running the game, then recording it. So the recording, it just my my laptop can't handle it. I guess it can't handle all the programs. So um, I stopped doing that for a while. One because I was living somewhere where I wasn't able to record, and two because I wasn't enjoying it. It wasn't something that I was enjoying, and I was like, well, that was a dumpster fire and whatever. And then I was like watching other content, and I was like, well, what else can I do? Because I deleted it now, but I like did an intro to my channel, and I said I wanted to try different things and do different things. Um, and so I started trying to do. This is more recent, like within the past like 4 or 5 months,
Mhm.
making anime music videos, AMVs, GMVs. Just made one like a couple days ago. Um, and those, like, I actually enjoy. Not only did I enjoy making it, I
Mhm.
enjoy watching it and digesting it. So I was like, hey, I can do something cool that I actually enjoy and I like to watch. And that's what I wanted originally when I started my channel. Um, so for you, now I want your honest opinion. Do you think you'll only do gaming and these types of videos, or are you planning to expand to different types of videos, like I did?
Um, I would like to expand to different kinds of videos because I have seen like I watch all kinds of videos. I watch Markiplier. I watch Brandon Ferris. I don't know if you know who that is, but
Yes, he's so funny.
I Google translates, they make me laugh so hard.
Oh my word! I just run it through Google Translate multiple times, and we'll see what happens. And then he's like, "Oh my gosh!" My favorite parts are when he's like consoling the food. It's like, like he's being a therapist for the food. I'm just like, "Oh, this is so good." I remember staying up super late watching his videos and just laughing, and my roommates coming into my room being like, "Dude, what's going on?" And I'm just like, "I'm sorry." Like, I'll try to stop, because I have a really loud and obnoxious laugh. Okay. And when I'm wearing headphones, like, I can't hear myself at all. And so I'm just even more loud. But yeah, Brandon Ferris is hilarious. So, yes. You should totally try that. You should try it. Just give it a shot. If you don't like it, you can scrap the video. You know.
Yeah.
It
I was
you
thinking about something like how he does leftovers. I was thinking about doing something like that with
Oh
because I
yeah.
have videos just like on my phone that I've never posted because
Uh-huh.
either super duper short or like I didn't really think they were that great. But then like my friend was going through my phone the other day and she was like just scrolling through my photos and stuff and she was watching them and she was just crying with laughter. So I was like, okay, maybe I can do something with it.
Hmm.
So I was thinking about maybe doing something like that or the Google Translates because I like to cook.
Yeah.
I'm a
Cool.
mess. So this could be.
Do you have your own place, or do you still live with your parents?
I still live with my mom at the moment, but I have been looking at places with my boyfriend to move. So yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're probably not gonna want to make a mess of your mom's kitchen.
No.
Right. Yeah, so that makes sense. That's why I was asking. So I was like, maybe not the best idea to do it until you got your own place where you can really go with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're not good at cleaning now, you're going to get really good at cleaning.
Ooh, yeah. Nah, I learned how to clean when Mark and Ethan came over. The house was freaking spotless.
There you go. That's awesome. Um so the next question is, do you have any plans for future collaborations with other people? Like, is this something you want to do consistently, where you want to expand to more and more people? Are you looking to like? Let's start there. Are you looking to do more collaborations with other people?
Um, I'm always interested in collaborating with other people just because I feel like it's a really good way to just kind of like get to see how other people do their channels like firsthand, like backstage, seeing all the like nitty gritty of it, not just seeing the final product.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a really good way to not only like expand my view and expand like my channel, but I also get to meet some really cool people like you, and I also get
Aw,
to learn all
thanks.
skills and stuff, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Um, So if I were to contact you in the future again for a future podcast, I don't know if you've like listened to or seen my other podcasts. I know they're long. They're made for basically while you're working. You can just have like an earbud in and just listen to people talk and chill and hang out while you're working, and that's what I do. That's the whole reason why I started the podcast in the first place. Was I was like beforehand, I thought podcasts were for old people, and like by no means am I young. I'm not a teen anymore. I'm 24. But like still I was like that's for like people in their 40s and 50s. And I was like I'm not watching podcast listening to podcasts. Like I'm a music guy. I love music. And then my fiance showed me some like finance type of podcasts, and I thought those were really cool, and they really like motivated me. And then I found some. I have another YouTuber I like called Mr. Fruit, and he made a podcast with his buddies called GG Over Easy, and I absolutely love them. They talk about video games and like hot topics going on around like the world and things that are going on, and I really liked them, and I was like, that's super cool. Like I I really enjoyed listening to him when I was working, and I was like, well, and then I ran out of stuff to listen to. I ended up re-listening to that podcast each episode 3 times over now, and they have like over 80 episodes, and they're like an hour plus, right?
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, I need some new content. And so I was like, well, let me try my hand at a podcast. If it doesn't work, it flops, whatever. You know, you as a YouTuber and as a creator, you have to just try new things and see what happens with it. Otherwise, you won't get very far. I don't think, in my personal opinion. So I tried it, listened to it, and enjoyed it while I was working. And I was like, okay, well, this is something that I'm actually going to try to keep doing. Whether or not, like, other people like it, I know that I like it and I'm enjoying it. So, yeah, I was like, this is something I'm going to keep doing. So here I am. This is episode 4, I believe. So, yeah, and these take the longest to kind of edit because for me, like I have to listen to the entire thing, and I try to keep it family friendly, and so I kind of bleep out like curse words and things like that, and so I have to listen to the entire thing and then insert the little blip or whatever to edit out whatever it was, which it's people are really good about it when I'm like I ask them beforehand. I'm like when I talk to normally and then when we record, there is a huge difference, and I really appreciate people working with me and helping me out that way, because it does make my job a lot easier. So, and you seem like a really clean girl, so I appreciate that as well. At least video wise, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try not to in my day-to-day life either, because I have a coworker I hang out with, and she's got a young kid, so I don't like to
Oh, that's cool.
curse. Yeah.
Good for you. That's awesome. It's good. Not that it's like the worst thing in the world to curse, but it's better not to, at least in my opinion. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Certain moments definitely justified, but you don't need to be throwing F-bombs left and right, you know?
Right, exactly. Um, anything else you'd like to talk about yourself? I know that's the end of what I have written here, but anything that you'd like to talk about?
Mm, nothing I can really think of, to be honest. I mean, there's not a lot of stuff I do anymore, you know? I kind of started working night shifts, so, like, my day-to-day life is more night to night, you
Right.
know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's not much I really do. I like plants. That's pretty fun.
Plants.
Yeah, I like plants.
Um, I'm just going to do a slight insert of me. I know I don't. People are talking about themselves, and then it takes over from other people. I used to like gardening a lot as a kid. Like I
Yeah.
actually loved. I was like, this is so cool. Like I can grow things out of the ground from little seeds. Like this is one of the coolest things ever. So, what do you like about plants?
Um, I like the fact that they are, for the most part, self-sustaining. Like they can kind of create their own food from the water they get from the rain. They
Mm-hmm.
use this just kind of grow and like just they're very nice to look at, and they're like it's really interesting like looking at like the inner workings of plants,
Mm-hmm.
like work, how they reproduce, how they work with like different creatures too. Like they work really well with the bees, and us
Mm-hmm.
humans need them. So I just feel like not a lot of people really appreciate plants as much as they really should anymore. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Kind of like. I mean, a lot of people like trying to be more green and consume less. My Discord crashed, so that happens at least once a recording for the podcast. I don't know why, but it does. So,
It's a it has to do it.
uh, I don't know. Um, when I'm we were talking about plants, right, man? I have a little bit of ADHD, and so um, I get off track sometimes. Plants. So yes, I don't know what the actual terms are, but like you more use more plant based stuff, and then it like reduces. Is it carbon gases or what is it?
um
I can't remember.
What do you mean?
Like, you use less, like, using electricity instead of, like, um, gas-powered things, and, um,
Oh, it leaves a smaller carbon footprint.
that thing. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So, we do need to take care of our planet. I'm not like a crazy person. I don't want to say crazy. Not crazy about it. It doesn't make you
Yeah.
crazy if you're trying to be clean and use clean energy. That's not what I'm trying to say. Um, I'm trying to say that like, I'm not crazy into it. I do agree with the ideology of going green and saving the planet. So
Yeah.
yes, and you kind of have to have those crazy people to get things rolling. Cause if you don't, then people just get lax with things. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then people look into the people who are crazy about it, and they're like, they actually have some really good points. So yes,
Exactly.
yeah. Be nice to plants. The reason you're alive is because they're alive, so don't kill them.
Yeah.
So, um, usually in my podcast we talk about anime and Magic the Gathering and video games. You said you were gonna do some video games for your channel or wanted to. What types of games were you thinking about putting up for your channel?
Well, I was gonna kind of start off with like the classic little Minecraft stuff, and then kind of
Mm-hmm.
make out wiggling around in my lap real quick. Um, then I was kind of thinking like buy some games like Resident Evil and stuff like that because I like scary games. I like games that have a little bit more of a plot to them
Uh huh.
than like hit a tree, build a house, don't get killed by a creeper.
Right.
So I want to kind of try to do some scary games, maybe like adventure games, stuff like that. Just because I find them really interesting and they're really good to kind of get me to focus more.
Yeah, that makes sense. Um, like if I had a good way to record me playing The Last of Us Part Two, I would have done that. But well, I wanted to have the experience on a personal level and not recording it first.
Yeah.
Um, I've played through it 1.5 times, and then I I ended up like I put away other games, and I played like I got like 2 to 4 hours of sleep a night, and just played that game all the way through when I was in college. So yeah, it took me like 2 days to play the game entirely. And it's got a lot of hours in it. So it might not have been 2 days. It might have been closer to 3 or 4, depending on how many hours. I can't remember. All I know is that I got very little sleep, and I play it, go to sleep when I like forced to fall asleep, and as soon as I woke up, I get back on it and keep playing it. So I loved it. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people didn't like that they did the way they did it, but it's a beautiful game. I think it I think they accomplished what they were trying to accomplish with it. They were trying to get people really upset, and it worked. I don't know if you've played Last of Us original or Part Two at all, but I highly suggest it. Or yeah, it's a good game. They're good games. So
Nice. I will definitely look into that. I've seen other people play it, but I've never.
sorry, thirsty.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Gotta hydrate yourself.
Yeah. Um. So yeah. You not telling you what to do, kind of a little bit. You should make a video telling people that you're on a podcast, and then they can see you on the podcast, right?
I'm actually gonna do that. I thought that was that's a pretty good idea. See, great minds think alike here.
Yeah, and I not telling you what to do, but you could try your hand at making a podcast too, and then I can show up on your podcast.
That actually sounds like a pretty good idea.
And you can like spend some time watching or listening to other podcasts. I don't know. What do you? I think you work at Walmart. I think I've seen some. Yeah, some things about that. Um, so you work night shift, so there's nobody there other than the workers, right?
Yeah, just me and my coworkers.
So you could like pop in a couple of earbuds and listen to stuff.
Yeah, I
Okay.
actually do podcasts while I'm working.
Oh, cool. What podcast do you listen to, or have you listened to?
I tried listening to Charlie D'Amelio's podcast. I wasn't really too into it. I mean, it wasn't bad. I do listen to the Good Mythical Morning podcast,
Oh,
though.
cool. I haven't checked that one out, but I do love Rhett and Link. So, um, I know I don't even have to check it out to tell other people that it's probably amazing.
Oh,
So that's awesome. Well, very cool. Yeah, you should try your hand at it if you like. You know, you don't have to start now. Didn't try it until how long was it? How long have I had my channel? I don't know, like a year, 2 years. So if that's, it is a big commitment. Like trying to get other people to be on it. I'm always available on Saturdays, so like I could do a back-to-back recording if I had to. Um, if you'd like to join any of my other podcasts, that would also be cool. I think people will love to hear more about you, and people always have great stories. So, stories are always fun to listen to. In fact, that's my favorite part of podcasts when I listen to them are the stories. So, yeah, thank you, Amanda, aka Kingkasuma 2.0. If you're not subscribed to her, you should definitely do so now. I will leave a link in the description to your channel. This will be up next Tuesday, which is going to be, I can look it up. I always do my best to get it out on Tuesday. So let's see. The 27th, April 27th, this podcast will be up for both people. Well, it'll first be up on YouTube, and then it takes a little more time to actually show up on Spotify. So it'll probably be up either Tuesday or Wednesday of next week on Spotify. So yeah, thank you so much. Any last words you have for my listeners or your listeners as well? So,
well, first I'm gonna say thank you for having me on your podcast. This is the first one I've ever been on, and it was great. You are super fun to talk to. To my subscribers, please go and subscribe to him. Goodness, when I make my video, I'm gonna put your link in the description, and I'm just gonna be like, go, 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 go. Like,
well, thank
honestly,
you.
good, because I like D&D. I like hearing about like I know my coworkers, they play Magic the Gathering and stuff like that. They talk to me about it, so I kind of have a idea. And I watched a couple of your podcasts. They're really good.
Well, thank you.
They're good. And also that video you showed me about the music video about the game.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and just to give you an idea, that minute 16 video took me an hour and a half base just to edit. Like, get all the stuff put together and move the clips around and get the music to be the way it was. It took me an hour and a half, and then it took me like another 20 to 30 minutes to get it uploaded. So, yeah, and that's coming from someone who doesn't do it often, who's just getting into it, right? So as I'm sure time goes by, I'll get a lot faster at it and better at it. And there wasn't any kind of crazy edits in there. It was just moving things around. But things take time when you're learning. I mean, you go to school, things take time. So,
Definitely does.
So, yeah. Thanks again, everyone, for watching and listening. For those who are on Spotify, trying to get it up on Apple and Google Play or Google Podcasts. I'm working on it. Sorry for those of you who have that. I'm working on it, trying. So, yes, thanks again, and thanks again, Amanda. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one, guys.